Okay. What's up, everybody? Wraith Realm TV. Your favorite commentators back. And get your favorite beverage. Get what you fucking need. And come enjoy the show. We are back. Guys, make sure you check me out on YouTube, on Rumble, all video platforms out there. I'm on a lot of video platforms. I'm also on a lot of social media platforms that allow video uploads. So make sure to check me out throughout social media. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe, like, comment, do the thing, share. I would appreciate it. It helps a lot when you share, like, and comment, and it means the world to me. I'm back better than ever. I got a lot to talk about. Like I said, get your favorite beverage, get what you need. Come enjoy your show. Wraith Realm TV is back better than ever, baby. I'm like a locomotive, and I'm raw and uncut and unbiased, and I guess I can't have an opinion in some of these like pages and groups because I'm too real, I'm too blunt. I'm getting censored, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm making grown men cry all over the internet for having a mouth and having an opinion. And I got a lot of people that are liking my stuff, too, which is good for my opinion. A lot of people are agreeing with me on things in the world of things, and that's good, too. Like I said, I'm trying to be real here. Like, I'm trying to keep it real, 100, keeping it a buck. I'm not, it's just my opinion. I'm just a guy that likes wrestling that wants to give his opinion online. I have no allegiance to any company here. I review all wrestling shows the same to what I feel, what I see with my own 2 eyes or 1.5 eyes because I'm partially blind. But whatever, And today's show wasn't good. War Games 2025 or Survivor Series War Games wasn't good. It was mediocre. And I'm sorry if that pisses some people off and I'm pissing in your Cheerios and shit. I don't care enough to care. Like, my opinion's my opinion as much as your opinion's your opinion. If you like the show, I'm happy for you. But to me, this show was just brain cell inducing bad. And there was a lot of mess ups tonight. And can we get more meat on the bones for shit's sakes, Triple H? Why are you the one going less hours and feels like things are just all over the place? I just don't get it. I don't get Triple H's team. I don't get why they're trying to cut for time. ESPN has asked for more, and you guys are giving less still. TKO and WWE. You have UFC over on the other side on ESPN, soon to be on Paramount, doing blood. Why can't you give a little color? Why can't you give a little bit more raw and uncut? Why didn't you do more? I just don't understand WWE. I just don't get it. I get they're playing it safe for the children. I get they don't want to be AEW. But come on, you could be a little bit in the ballpark. You don't have to be like staple guns and glass and needles. You don't have to be all that. I'm not asking for unprotected chair shots. But if you're going to have a War Games match that's like literally going to have spots and moves, can we stop the hokey pokey shit? Like, why did Jey Uso in the men's side of things have to go up and go, yeet, and the song had to keep going? It made no sense. Like, it's War Games. You guys are going to war. You should be killing each other. You should be warriors. It should come down to the last breath. It should come down to a finish. It should come down to something hokey pokey, which it did, but not the way I wanted it. Because it's been predictable. Survivor Series has been predictable. And we all know Austin Theory is back. We all know this because the dirt sheets gave it to you. There's nothing surprising. That's what I was saying about Chris Jericho. Like, now reports are coming out, and I had like Liddy Wrestling on Facebook, the like page. All they're doing is regurgitating what the dirt sheets are saying, and they're trying to get clicks and views, which is so awful and disgusting to me. And I just gave my opinion. I'm like, this is not shocking. We've already known this. I don't understand. Like, just because these dirt sheets say it, we've already known that he's going to be negotiating with WWE to get a bigger contract with AEW and vice versa. He's a money man. He wants to be paid. He wants to have his ending. He wants to have what's best for Chris Jericho. And by the way, the ending of Chris Jericho and AEW, the learning tree, wasn't that great. Like, I'm not the only one that says this, but it wasn't that great and it wasn't that good. It kind of took him down a couple pegs. I think a lot of WWE fans don't watch AEW product. You kind of see what the people that are posting, he's coming back to WWE. These are the same very people that will shit on AEW or not watch the product, and they have an opinion in a mouth, and I don't understand that. Watch the show. Go watch Chris Jericho AEW runs. There was times that it was great, and there was times that it really kind of wasn't. And there was this time that I was just like, Chris Jericho's got to go. And again, I'm having this, like, I don't know what is. It's not just me that are saying this. Vince Russo, I don't agree with Vince Russo all the time, and I don't really care for him, but I'm agreeing with him. I'm actually kind of re-falling in love with what he's saying because he's not far off or wrong. And, you know, like Jim Cornette and all these other people, but they're all saying the same things. I know they all don't like each other, but they're all kind of saying the same thing about the WWE product. It's becoming stale. You see it tonight, like it's predictable, it's stale. You have all these writers and you can't figure out entertainment, right? You can't figure out how a TV show goes. You have people writing that don't know how to write. And it shows. Tonight, War Games was literally all over the place. From the minute go. There were spots that I was just like, this could be more violent and much better if they just stop trying to play it so safe. You're on ESPN. ESPN has UFC and other combat sports on it and boxing. I don't know why you guys are trying to play it so freaking safe. To me, I just don't get that and that logic at all. The John Cena match really threw me for a loop because it was like, okay, I would have kept the belt on him, had him go into that tournament, and have him put over somebody. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be Gunther, and I really don't want it to be Gunther, and I don't want it to be Solo Sikoa. I'd rather it be LA Knight. But I know LA Knight's not going to get the rub like that. I know they don't value him like that. They value a Gunther before him or Jey Uso. And to me, Jey Uso's done way too much in the last couple of years. I'm kind of over him. I'm over the Yeet Man. It's getting old. It's getting stale. It's the same with Joe Henry. How much more Joe Henry do we have to see for it to kind of just be like, oh, it's the same? Like, say his name, he appears. It's getting old. You know, what are they going to do further down the road to make him better? You know what I mean? What are they going to do further down the road when it runs its course? They tried it with Bobby Roode after the Glorious gimmick, and it fell apart. Then they changed it to Rick Rude or Robert Roode, and it just didn't work out. Tonight's show shows you like WWE just thinks they can fill up stadiums and they can do whatever show they want. And if you saw on TV, what I saw was like the stadium really wasn't that full as you think. They didn't even say it was a sellout either, because it wasn't a sellout, because you could see there was rows that were empty. They were trying with the camera so hard not to go up or tell to the back, because it was very obvious that the prices of tickets are starting to affect WWE. And all this streaming stuff is affecting people, to be honest with you. WWE's made it extremely complicated to watch their product, which is disappointing. And they've made it very apparent that they're money hungry than caring about what fans think. They don't care what us think. And at the end of the day, it is showing when they botched John Cena's retirement tour, or when you have Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, you can have him put on matches, but tonight, did Dominic Mysterio need to do all the hokey extra stuff with the Judgment Day? No. He could have beat John Cena cleanly. He has the moveset. He's very talented. I'm a big Dominic Mysterio fan. I felt for the guy because he's in a hard spot. John Cena's in a hard spot. And you got writers and you got people trying to please one another. It's just WWE is a chicken with their head cut off, and they don't know what to do. What I would have done is I would have kept the belt on Cena. I would have had Dominic go over to SmackDown. I'd had him win the U.S. belt. Or I would have had him win something else. Or have him go up against CM Punk and beat him. You know, Dominic Mysterio, see, to me, it's like now or never. You got to throw this guy a bone. And then at that point, you can have a Braun Breaker squash him if you want. You know what I mean? Then you could bring Braun Breaker up to the make a show. You could have him squash Dominic. But to me, it's like Dominic Mysterio should be higher than he is on the card. And I think Dominic Mysterio deserves better. But again, he was in a hard spot tonight. You could see it. They didn't need to do all this hokey pokey stuff, to be honest with you. They didn't need to do a ref spot. They didn't need to do this spot. They could have just had Dominic Mysterio do an actual wrestling match and had him look believable and have him won. They didn't need to do all the extra stuff. Dominic Mysterio does well on his own, especially if you see a lot of his AAA matches. And can we just have him be his own thing? He doesn't need to be Latino heat here. Just be your own thing, Dominic. I like you. I like you. Nonetheless, if you're a dirty player in the game or whatever you're doing, just be you. You don't need to rub your uncle into it, Eddie Guerrero. You don't need to rub some funk on that bitch. You don't need to rub some stink. You don't need to copy him like Monet does. Just do your thing, and you're an amazing talent. You and Logan Paul are 1-2 to me. I really enjoy Logan Paul, but they don't know what they have in Logan Paul. And that's the sad part. And I know Logan Paul's going to stay in WWE long term. But I honestly think if it was me, Logan Paul, if your contract comes up and AEW offers you up something, I know you're not going to look at AEW, but if you know, when your contract goes up, I would go over to AEW. I would see you as a champion. I don't see Triple H valuing you as a champion. I don't see it. You're a great heel. I think you're one of the GOATs at being the heel. I think you're so good at it that it hurts, but a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people see it because of the stuff you've done in the past. I have a lot of people that can't get over what you've done in the past to really believe you're a wrestling character, but I have. And I think you're an amazing heel. It showed tonight with the Nuts. It showed. But they've kind of made you into a clown. And you're just there in this vision. And, you know, now they're bringing Austin Theory into that. You know, it just makes you look even more stupid. WWE doesn't know what they have. And that's the sad part here. It's the same way I feel about Trick Williams. It's the same way I feel about Carmelo Hayes. It's the same way I feel about Joe Henry. LA Knight. Like, poor LA Knight. Like, they have a guy that is beloved, and they don't want to put a belt on him outside the mid-card shit. Or Speed Championship, which is gross. Like, this guy should be over in AAA winning a heavyweight. Doing something. Come on, put him back in NXT then. Have him beat Ricky Saints. And I feel bad for Ricky Saints. When he comes up to WWE, I just don't know what they're going to do with him. He's too good. It's the same like how I feel about the women's division on SmackDown. Jade Cargill doesn't need that championship. She's not that great. Last Legend is not that great either. And we're treating her like she's some called badass. She ain't nothing. Oh, she's WNBA legend. No, she ain't. She barely had a blink in the WNBA. What are we doing? We're trying to shine up we're trying to dress a pig. We're trying to shine a turd. Tonight, some of the commentary, like, bro, I said to somebody in this house, I should just turn this off and watch fucking college football, USC versus UCLA. But I said I stomach this for you guys because I love you guys and I want to be back doing this full time when I can. But this show was just like, look. I'm not going to sit and commentate over the pre-show because the pre-show, they don't do pre-show matches anymore. They do 4 matches now. 4 or 5. Pretty much they did she did the Black Widow or the spider move on on Lynch, and it was just basically a cement. Basically, it was pretty much over for the women's side. Intercontinental title, again, John Cena should have never lost the Intercontinental belt. I don't care who tells me different. I had grown men crying. I had this one dude. Crying. Let me see. This Lambo 90 guy crying. Then making judgment calls about me. This is what was happening all day when I was giving my opinion on things. People just like want to judge me. You just hate AEW. You just hate WWE. I don't hate anything. I just want the shows to be better. AEW is doing a better job than WWE right now, and it shows with their audience. It shows with their attendance numbers. It shows with their streaming numbers. Like, it just does. Outside the Nelson rating system, being crazy right now, a lot of people are cutting the cord, so I understand why ratings are low and more people are tuning into streaming services, and a lot of these streaming services are not giving numbers. So AEW could be drawing hella good numbers, but Warner Brothers Discovery doesn't give out those numbers for some weird reason. It's wild. Netflix kind of does, but they kind of fudge the numbers, and they're kind of having these stroke panic meetings. But I didn't say anything mean today. Like, today I wasn't really being savage towards anybody or anything. And it just came very apparent real quickly, like, these people, like, Is your audio not matching your visuals? I had to bust out the Billy Madison theme. May God have mercy on your soul shit. Because these people are so stupid. It's like, bro, I have an opinion. I'm sorry that my opinion does not connect with yours. But to sit here and tell me I wish death on a company or things like that, what? I watch a lot of shows. I watch GCW. I watch Reality of Wrestling. I watch TNA. I watch GCW. I've been falling in love with MLW and NWA. Go figure, right? You would think, why am I watching those stupid shows? Because MLW's actually got a lot of WWE talent like Dijak, Killer Cross, which was Karrion Kross, Scarlett Bordeaux, Shotzi Blackheart. They got a lot of good pieces. They're forming something over in MLW that's not bad. But, at the end of the day, this is why there's alternatives to WWE and AEW out there that are doing a superior job, that are not insulting your intelligence. AEW's been the better product. Out of the main two, AEW's been the better product. They've been having good storylines. Now, their pay-per-views, on the other hand, are way too long. We sit here and I'm it feels like I'm running a fucking marathon. Tony Khan, stop with the whole, I'm going to do it my way. Can you just listen to fans for once, motherfucker? And just literally, no joke, just lower the show down an hour. Bro, or make it 2 nights. If you're going to go 7, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 20 hours, do 2 nights of a show. WWE does it. And stop this whole shit of playing safe. Shit, that also too is on disturbing. Nikki Bella got squashed tonight. That was the other thing. You redo Nikki Bella's character and you have her lose. I'm sick of seeing her lose. If you're going to have a Hall of Famer like this get squashed like John Cena, just have her retire at this point. Or Nikki Bella, just close up shop. Your sister's not coming. Do me a favor. Go be the Garcias over at AEW. Nikki, I think you would be better off at AEW, personally. I think you would be treated like a 5-star talent. WWE, you just keep getting squashed, homie. Maybe you need to go back to NXT. Maybe you need to do something, but you just keep lose. And then you change to a heel gimmick for your son, and it's This match was Stephanie Ventura. Stephanie Ventura is literally the women's of the year to me. She's very talented. I'm not going to go over this match because it was a squash match, to be honest with you. It didn't last long. Nikki Bella looked good in certain spots, but you knew she was going to lose. Come on. No Bayley. We got no Bayley sighting. That was another disappointment part. Bayley, they've been kind of on, off. Kind of like Britt Baker, on, off. I think Bayley's out the door. I think she's AEW bound sooner than later. Her contract's up soon. Again, the men's, look, we had the Yeetma thing, and then back and forth. Brock Lesnar comes out, beats the shit out of Roman Reigns. What else can I say? Austin Theory came out, and that was that. Braun Breaker gets the victory. Okay, great. Logan Paul, the Nux. Logan Paul is your MVP, but he should not be in the Vision, bro. He should be climbing up the ladder here. Look, to the guy that wrote that comment that I wish death on both companies, or I'm out of touch or something like that. Bro, I'm inundated. I watch the highlights. I watch news. I watch so much stuff on wrestling. Look, Logan Paul's your MVP. But he's not being utilized properly. Braun Breaker's not being utilized properly. I'm sorry. And in Austin Theory coming back, you're going to have him, being JD Madonna at this point? A bag of donuts? Austin Theory was put over by John Cena just years ago, and they have done nothing with him. Anyway, my name is Wraith Realm TV. Look, I have a mouth. I have an opinion. Look, today I've had way too much of an opinion. I've had way too much of a mouth for one lifetime. Look, the thing I said about Chris Jericho, I'm going to say this. Chris Jericho's negotiating. He's trying to get a bag full of money from either company. He just wants a perfect send-off. I think he's more WWE bound. Where does he fit? Look, they're going to try to push this guy up to the main card. I feel they're going to give him the John Cena treatment, just like they're doing AJ Styles. I just don't see them really giving him the send-off that he's looking for. But he wants a bag full of money. Obviously, it's apparent. I think he'd be better off in AEW. I think he'd get that Sting treatment and then be like some type of a coach or backstage guy or commentary guy. I really think he would be better off in AEW, and I think that Tony Khan can implement him on the writing team with Danielson, I should say, as like input people. I think Chris Jericho still has a future in AEW more to me. I think he would be better off in AEW than WWE because if you see all the retirement tours they've done, even Edge's retirement tour wasn't that great. They're 0 for 2 right now on retirement tours, and I'm sorry, this is not cinema that's going on with John Cena. It'll be Gunther versus John Cena, and Gunther will literally destroy John Cena. I don't care who tells me any different. Or it'll be Solo Sikoa. I really think it should have been Trick Williams, honestly, or a Carmelo Hayes, or maybe they bring up Mr. Cool, Javon Evans. Or better yet, how about this? They put Braun Breaker there and they have him squash Cena. Be the one to win back the Intercontinental title temporarily. They could have kept the belt on the guy. Like, I just don't get WWE anymore. I don't. Maybe it's not for me. I don't know. But to be real with you, I'm just not pleased how this show was constructed. And then, like, you have war. What's the point of war games if you're not going to do violence? Like, you don't have to have a lot of color. I'm not asking you to be John Moxley levels. I'm not asking you to do this, that, and the third. I'm just asking you to have a little bit more roughhousing and more entertainment. And instead of, like, we stop for spots to do the eat stuff. This is where I give Blood and Guts and Anarchy in the Arena better props to AEW. The problem with AEW is they do way too many unprotected chair shots, way too much stuff with blood, way too much with glass. They try to blur those lines of realism and non-realism. I sometimes wish they would kind of tone it back some in a lot of hours of the show. WWE has the reverse problem. They're trying to play way too safe and play way too much to time limits. It's hurting their product. And then meanwhile, they're going 3 hours on their other shows, which I don't get this. You want to go less, but you want to do more on TV. Which makes no sense to me. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. My name is Wraith Realm TV. Like I said, get your favorite beverage. Get what you need. Come enjoy the show. Like I said, if this is your first time here, thank you for watching. Sorry that I'm tearing WWE apart. I don't want to be that bad guy. I don't want to be the guy online shitting on a product. But I wish it was better. WWE needs to step their game up. AEW's kind of stepping their game up. TNA, they're just another WWE Light product next to AAA. So I kind of just call them WWE Light 1 and WWE Light 2 at this point. I've been really enjoying MLW, GCW now since Vince Russo. I've actually been agreeing with Vince Russo. You know how much I shit on that guy on this channel? Do you know how much I shit all over Jim Cornette and all them? And I'm kind of coming around and agreeing with the old guard a little bit compared to a lot of the new guard. Because, I agree with a lot of these people are saying, like, these shows are just dog shitly boring. I would rather be watching the highlights. If they're going to go 3 hours, then, to me, I'll just watch the highlights. I'm sorry, WWE, but I'll be a viewer on YouTube because I can't. My brain, my cells. I need help. I feel like I need to be in an insane asylum or smoke some weed. I need to be on the Cheech and Chong shit to fucking understand WWE sometimes. I'm just saying. Anyway, my name's Wraith Realm TV. I probably just got in trouble with somebody for saying all that. I don't care. I'm just real. I'll see you guys. Peace.